Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, very good afternoon. We are having this CS lecture, skills lecture from I think 2 to 3 p.m. Okay. Please join fast so that we will start our lecture. Only 28 students have joined. Join fast so that we will start our lecture. Admit the students. Let's wait for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we will start our lecture because only 29 students have joined. Where are the other students? In the last lecture also, more than 15 students have absent for the lecture. As 33 have joined, let us start the lecture. Share the screen. Yes. Is this screen visible to all of you? Screen display ka sawalin?
Yes.
Okay. Hope all of you are able to watch this screen. Okay. So, yes, in the last lecture, we have seen that what is the language and why it is necessary to learn any language, or what is the importance of language. And we were speaking particularly about the English language. Okay. We were discussing about the English language. So what's the language? It is the medium of communication. Okay, it is the medium of communication, the way or the medium by which we communicate with the person or with the people around us. Okay, so it is also called as the primary source of communication. Primary means what? It is very basic source. Without language, can we communicate with each other? It's not possible. Okay, the medium must be required for the communication. Some type of medium, any type of medium by which we start our communication, or we communicate with the other person or with the other animals, with the other things. That communication is required with the language. Okay, so with the help of language we can communicate with the people around us, with the uh, people surrounding to us. Okay, so it is also the method through which we share our ideas and thoughts. Some of the people even say that the language makes the difference between we people and the animals. Why? Because animals don't have that brain to create language or to use any type of language uh, to speak. Okay, that's why animals cannot speak, animals cannot use any type of language. Only we human are only have the ability to speak language or to communicate with the help of language. So that's why animals are different from us, or we can say that human are different from the animals. Then also we have discussed that there are thousands of languages in the world. In India itself, we can find hundreds of languages, hundreds of tones of the languages. Okay, so uh, the next point that we have studied in the last lecture was, why do we learn English? So why do we learn English? To get communicated with other. This is also one of the reasons. Also, there was one reason that Britishers ruled Indians for more than 150 years. Okay, and they looted India, but they left their language here itself. Okay, so we can say that this was the gift. Okay, this was the gift they have left here itself. They cannot looted this type of gift they have given to us. Okay, they looted wealth of India. They looted uh, the prosperity of India. They looted the treasures from India, but they cannot loot or they cannot uh, drag their language from here. Okay, that's why English was the originally the language of England, but with the historical efforts, means they took efforts to teach this language to the Indian people. Okay, for what? For the sake of easy administration. Okay, so they were the rulers, and for easy administration, they uh, taught this language to we people, and we learned this language for the sake of our job or for the sake of our earning money. Okay, and that's why this language is spread from the rule of Britishers itself. Okay, so this was the originally England British language. This was the language of the England, but they uh, brought this language here. They taught this language here. They include the this language in our syllabus. from 1800 itself. Okay, from 1800 itself, before the revolt of 1857. Okay, so also there are different countries like US, United States. Now we are knowing that country as America, then Canada, Australia, and India. Okay, so these were the colonies, and also there was African countries, and African continent was also in the uh, rule of the Britishers. Okay, that's why they have left this language uh, behind here itself. Okay, so currently English, though it is a primary language of many countries like US, Australia, India, but it is used as the second language in India. Okay, we have this language as official language, and also this language is also used as the second language. Okay, so the first language is our first mother tongue or our regional language. Okay, so this was the language which was the which was left by Britishers here, and they couldn't pick this language or keep this language here itself. Okay, so it is, though the currently it is the primary language. So currently, this is the primary language of many countries under the British impression. Means those were the countries which was ruled by the Britishers. Okay, but also this language is also used as for the sake of business. Okay, for the sake of or for the purpose of the business and many cultural spheres. Means there are many cultural spheres. Means in the culture. So there are different cultures. Each country is having. In India, we are following the Indian culture or Eastern culture. But if we move towards, or if we talk about the Western countries like British countries or European countries or American countries, they are following the Western culture. Okay, and uh, that's the very important point, that their culture is somewhat different from we people. Okay, we are following the traditional culture of India. We are having the tradition from thousands of years. Okay, and this tradition we are having, we are following, and we are having the proud of that tradition. Okay, so also one of the reason to learn this language is this language is used in many of the Hollywood movies. Okay, so Hollywood films are the directors of the Hollywood movies. They are making their movies in English language, and we all of know that Hollywood movies are very interesting and very we can say that suspensious, or uh, very uh, uh, important movies, or we can say that they are very fascinating movies, and we are very fascinated of the movies like Avenger series or Spider-Man series, or we can say that there are many movies like Harry Potter series. These are very heart-touching movies to we people. Okay, so this is the language which is used by Hollywood also, and it is also the language of international banking and business. Means all of the trade, international banking means banking in between two countries, two different countries from different regions. If we are going to trade with the America or European countries like Britain or Spain or uh, France, then we must use this language. Okay, without this language we cannot trade, or we cannot make any type of trade with the Western countries. That's why this language becomes very important and international language. So for banking purpose also this language is used. Also for the business or trade purpose, means all the import export business that we are having with other countries from all over the world, that also we do with the help of this language. Okay, so that's why this is the language which is of the Hollywood, and also the language of international banking and business, and that's why it is the most useful language. So another reasons to learn this language are globalization, means we are uh, benefited with the fruits of globalization. What are the fruits of globalization? Means technological advance. Okay, so advance, the technology is advancing, and day by day the advances in the technology are happening day by day. We are becoming uh, advanced by the technology. We are surrounded with the technology, and that becomes possible with the help of globalization. Globalization means what? Any type of technology that is introduced at any corner of the world, it becomes familiarized, or it is reached at the other corner of the country or other corner of the world with the help of this globalization. Okay, so as I'm conducting this lecture from classroom itself, and you are listening this lecture from your home itself, from your residence. So these are also the fruits of globalization that we are benefited with. Okay, so globalization has covered all aspects of life, and the deep understanding of this language is very important to survive in this world of globalization. Another reason to learn this language is without proper communication, it is not possible to be in a connection. So we are connected with each other with the help of some technologies or with the help of some apps. Okay, so daily, on the daily basis, we are using these apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, uh, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, we are surrounded with these apps, and we always have to look at these apps every day or every uh, after an hour itself. We are using these apps. Okay, so without these apps or without these communication channels, is it possible to be in a connection with each other? No, it is not possible to be in a connection without these apps or without these communication channels. Okay, so we are taking benefits of the technological advancement because of the globalization. Okay, and that's why English language made it easy. Okay, English language made it easy for us to be in a contact, to be in a connection, to be uh, in a connection, to be in a connection. English language made it easy. Okay, that's why we have to learn this language. Another important yes, another importance of this language is this is the language which will unite people. Okay, so why we are saying that this will be the language which will unite people? Because all over the world we are using this language. Okay, and this is the common language we are using for communication purpose with each other. Okay, and that's why this will unite people. It is the universally accepted language, means universe, all of the universe, this language is accepted. Okay, so it is the universally accepted, means in the all over the world, this language, people from all over the world, people from each and every country has accepted this language as the universal language. Means universal language means what? It is the common connection between we people and the people from another countries, okay, other countries like European countries, like African countries, like Eastern countries, like Western countries, okay. So that's why this language is also called as the universal language. So we have also discussed about the reasons to learn this language. Okay. So what are the reasons uh, that are behind us to learn this language? So it is essential for work. Okay. The first reason that we have discussed was the essential for work. It is the essential language for the work. For working at any corner of the world, you will require to learn this language, you will require to communicate with the help of this language with the people from other countries, people from different regions, religions, castes, creeds. Okay, so this is the essential language for work. If you got any type of work, if you got job in the US or in the Western countries like America, say uh, uh, European countries like Britain or England or Germany, so you will have to adapt yourself as to be the English speaker. Okay, so English speaking is very important for getting a proper communication channel. Okay, so that's why it is essential for work. If you want to work along the world or all over the world at the global platform, you will require to learn this language, and that's why it becomes the one of the reason to learn this language. Just a minute. Yes, second reason is the universal language. Means I have discussed it that English is globally accepted language. If you will, you are traveling at any corner of the world, or if you go to any corner of the world, then you will see that there are English speakers, or there are people who are using this language as the source of, or as the medium of communication. Okay, so that's why this is the universal language. The third is it will open the door of new cultures. So there are different cultures in all over the world. Our Indian culture is different from that of Western culture, or uh, American culture. Okay, so we come to know the information, important information of the different cultures that has spread all over the world. Okay, so with the help of this only, with the help of only the English language, you can see that it's becomes easy to learn these new cultures. Okay, that's why this is one of the reason. The fourth reason is you will travel comfortably. Means if you want to travel along all over the world, it becomes very easy, it becomes comfortable with the help of this language, because English language speakers are spread all over the world. If you don't know any other language, but if you are known with this language, or if you are having this knowledge of the this language, then you will travel comfortably all over the world. Okay, so this is one of the reason. Another reason is it is the most open language. So we also have discussed this point. Many of the words like roti, okay, juggi, these are the words which are added from Indian language to the English language. So English language is adding many words from other languages also in every year. Okay, so that's why this is called as the most open language. आपण ह्याच्यामध्ये काय करू शकता तर ते इंग्लिश मध्ये बरेचसे जे वर्ड आहेत ते अदर लँग्वेजेस मधनं दुसऱ्या कुठल्याही लँग्वेजेस मधनं त्यांनी घेतलेले आहेत. For example, roti or jhuki. These are the words taken from the Hindi language or Indian language. Okay. Language of art and literature. So this is also the language of art and literature. Means many of the arts. Okay, many of the fine arts or many of the literatures means many of the writers are using this language for the writing purpose. Okay, they are using this English language to write down their literature. So that's why it is also called as the language of art and literature. And the another reason to learn this language is eliminates language weaknesses. And we are having some of the weaknesses of language, or we are having the we got afraid of to speak this language to communicate with the people from all over the world or from surrounding to us. So this language eliminates language weaknesses. Means if we learn this language, we got confidence to learn other languages and other type of study. Okay, so these are the reasons to learn the English language. Then the next point that we are going to discuss today is the power of the English language. Means why it is so prominent language, or why it is so used the language, why it becomes the global language, that we are going to discuss in this point, the power of the English language. So the first point is people know the importance of it, and this is and that is why this language is taught as the basic language in every state. So people know the importance of it, and this is why this language is taught as the basic language. Okay, so this language is taught as the basic language in each and every state. Okay, so in India itself, we are learning this language in our study from KG to PG. Okay, so KG means what? Kindergarten, means when we were children. Okay, so from KG itself you are learning this language to PG, means during post graduation also this language is included in your syllabus. Okay, so these are some of the reasons. That's why this language is the important language. So talking about our time, you are learning this language from, I think, KG itself, but when we were at our childhood, this language was in our syllabus from 5th standard. Okay, so you are too much lucky that you are learning this from your KG itself. Then the next point is speaking internationally. It would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing English. Okay, so internationally speaking, it will be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing English. So if you want to be in uh, run, if you want to be in race of this world, or if you want to be earn international fame, then it's very necessary to learn this language, to have the knowledge of this language and to speak this language with other people. Okay, so it is the very important reason. Speaking internationally, it would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing English. Then another point is, when it comes to globalization, the first language that comes to mind is English. Okay, so for globalization purpose, when we are talking about the globalization, this is the word we can mean this word as the world come close to each other. World come close to we people. Okay, with the help of this globalization, because the technological advancement has brought with the help of this globalization. Okay, we become easily accessible to other people with the help of globalization, and that makes possible with the help of only the English language. So if we are thinking about the globalization, so which language would be more beneficial, or which language will be used, we have to use for the globalization purpose. When we think about it, English is the only language which comes to our mind. Okay, because each and every person has the uh, means literate persons itself, they are having the little bit knowledge of this English language. For illiterate people we cannot say anything, but literate people are also having the knowledge of this language, and that's why this language is which comes in our mind when we think about the globalization or the word globalization. To create a world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant, the English language plays a key role. So English is the only language which teach us the various uh, uh, values, like to be responsible, to be equitable, to be tolerant. Okay, so for making or for creating a world of ethically responsible. So ethical means what? In Marathi we can say that it is नैतिक दृष्ट्या रिस्पॉन्सिबल म्हणजे जबाबदार, इक्विटेबल मीन्स समानतेचा संदेश देणारे, अँड टॉलरंट मीन्स व्हॉट? सहनशील. तर टू क्रिएट अ वर्ल्ड like this, ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant, the English language plays a key role. So English language, with the help of this English language, we can learn different values from uh, Indian culture also, and also from the Western culture. We can learn different values from this language. Okay, so for creating ethically responsible world, we have to know this language, we have to learn this language. Then you can get from each field event, means you can get any type of information. Okay, here you have to add a word information. Okay, so my handwriting is not that much good, but here you can understand that you can get any type of information from each field event. Means if you are if you want the knowledge from, if you want the knowledge from sports world, or if you want the knowledge from uh, business world, or if you want the knowledge from current affairs, then it becomes very easy uh, to get knowledgeable with the help of this language. Okay, so you can get any type of information from any type of field event. Okay, so this becomes very important. Then in business, just a minute. Okay, so you can get from each and every field event the information with the help of this language. In business communication with customers and other delegates, it is very important to exchange and share our thoughts and innovations. So if we are doing any type of business, okay, so if we are doing any type of business, we have to uh, be very informative. Okay, we have to be very informative. We have to use the communication skills regarding the business to uh, be in contact with the customers and other delegates. Okay, so in business communication with customers and other delegates, it is very important to exchange and share our thoughts. So it becomes very easy to share, or it becomes very easy to exchange our thoughts with the help of this language. Okay, sorry. So if you want to share our thoughts and innovations, means if you are having some innovations, you have done some of the innovations, if you haven't shared it on the global platform, you will not get any type of fame or any type of identity in the regional platform. You have to be global. Okay, and for becoming global, it becomes possible with the help of this language. Okay, so you can get from each and every field event in business communication with customers and other delegates. So talking about the business, okay, if you are doing business, but uh, its success will depend on your communication strategies, your communication skills, where you are using with the help of with your customers. Okay, so to make customer happy, it is on you that you are making them happy, you are making them satisfied, or you are not behaving with them properly, you are behaving with those customers rudely. Okay, so it's possible to uh, uh, attract, it's possible, it becomes possible to attract the global customer with the help of this language. If you are advertising your business in English language, if you are making advertisement of your business products or the company products with the help of this language, then you will become global. Okay, and you will not remain regional. Okay, you will not be limited to your region, you will become global, you will become successful. Okay, so to grow business, these are the some of the strategies you can use. You can make use of this language for your advertisement of your business, for uh, uh, to be in a contact with the international customers. You will have to speak this language. Okay, so that's why these are some of the points that are related to the power of this language. Okay, then Yes. Next point that we are going to discuss is English as the international common term. Okay, why English is called as the international common term? There are different reasons. There are many reasons to it, and that we are going to discuss. The first reason is there are several factors that make the English language essential to communicate in our current time. So some of the reasons that we are going to discuss. There are several or there are many factors that make this language as important uh, uh, as other languages also. Okay, so what are these reasons that we are going to see? The first of all, it is the most common foreign language. So you know that this language is most common foreign language. We are using it from KG itself. Okay, you are learning it from KG, and you are also speaking this language from last few years. Okay, so you are very you are having the knowledge, you are having the uh, uh, information of this language. So though this language is the foreign to us, but we are using it as this language we are using as our mother tongue. Okay, so that's why this also is the one of the reason. This means that if see the second reason, first of all, it is the most common foreign language. This means that two people who come from different countries usually use English as a common language to communicate. So when two people from different countries, take an example of India and Japan, okay? If we want to get communicated with a Japanese person, or if we want to establish any type of communication with the uh, person from European country, a person from Mexico or Sweden, then we will have to either speak his language, or he will have to speak either our language, or he will have to speak English language, or we will have to communicate with that person with the help of this English language. Okay, so English, that's why English is called as the most foreign tongue, most foreign language. This is also called lingua franca, means connection language. So this language is also called as the lingua franca or communication language. Why it is so? Because for any type of communication, this language is used by people from different countries. Means if we have done with that example, that if Indian, when he wants to speak with the person who is from Mexico or Sweden, he have to use either his Mexican, or he have to use either English. But we cannot establish communication with the help of our language, that is Hindi language. If we are using Hindi language, or if we are using our regional language like Marathi language, then that becomes very difficult to establish any type of communication with that foreigner. Okay, so when you see any foreigner in Pune, or if you go to Mumbai, and if you will find any foreigner, then try to speak with that person uh, with English language and not Hindi or any regional language. So this is also the one of the reason. This is also called as lingua franca. Okay, English language is also called as the lingua franca. Lingua franca means what? Connection language, that makes the connection between two people from different countries and different religion or different continent. Okay, having different language. So lingua franca means what? Connection language that joins the two people, that makes the connection between two people. Another reason to call this language as common tongue, international common tongue, is uh, uh, that's the language which is used. Okay, this is the language which is used all over the world. So that's why this is called as the international common tongue. Okay, that's why everyone needs to learn the language in order to interact at international level. So international level, to survive at international level, to be known as a global person, we have to learn this language. We have to use this language. Another reason to it is speaking it will help you communicate with people from countries all over the world. So if we are speaking this language, if we are using this language for communication purpose, then we come in contact with the people from countries of all over the world. We can establish the communication with the people who are a global citizen, or who are uh, having different identities. Okay, so uh, and not just English speaking ones, means speaking this language will help we people, okay, help you to communicate with people from countries all over the world. So if you want to communicate with the people from countries uh, which are foreign to us, it becomes possible with the help of this language. So these are some of the reasons that makes English as the international common tongue. Okay. In English ही काय आहे तर इंटरनॅशनल टंग आहे, कॉमन टंग आहे. इंग्लिश ही ग्लोबली यूज केली जाणारी लँग्वेज आहे. आपण सुद्धा ती यूज करतो. In all over the world, this language is used as an international language. Okay, so this language has reached at each and every corner of the world, and that's why this is called as the international common tongue. So this is about the power of the English language and the English as the international common tongue. Why it is called as international common tongue? Because at each and every corner of the world, this language we are using for establishing communication, for uh, speaking purpose, for doing business, for doing different type of trade. Okay, so this language becomes that much importance for we people. Okay, is it understood? समजलं काय सगळं? Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
समजते का सगळ्यांना? Okay, so that's why we are using this language on the international platforms, on the national platforms, on the regional platforms. Okay, different types of teleconferences, different types of interviews. We are doing interviews also with the help of different type of technologies. We can interview the international personalities also with the help of technologies, but we should at least know this language. You should at least have the knowledge about how to speak this language, how to use this language. So that's the very important requirement for establishing the communication with the international personalities. So that's from this lecture. It's almost 5 minutes left, but before leaving the meeting, we have to take attendance first, and thereafter you can leave this meeting. So let me first take attendance, then leave the meeting. Okay. अटेंडन्स द्या फक्त आता आणि मग आपण लेक्चर संपवू इथंच. Okay, give me the attendance. I am asking for roll numbers. Roll number 1.
Present, sir.
2.
Present, sir.
3.
Present, sir.
4.
Present, sir.
5. Roll number 5. 5 is absent. Roll number 6. 6. 7.
Present, sir.
8. Roll number 8. 9.
Yes, sir.
10. Roll number 10. 11.
Present, sir.
12.
Yes, sir.
13.
Present, sir.
14. Roll number 14.
Yes, sir.
15.
Present, sir.
16. Roll number 16. 17. Roll number 17. 18.
30.
Roll number 18. 19. Roll number 19. 20.
Yes, sir.
21. Roll number 21. Is roll number 21 present? Abhijit Gire. Roll number 22.
Present, sir.
23.
Present, sir.
24.
Present, sir.
25.
Present, sir.
26. Roll number 26. 26. 27. Roll number 27. 28.
Yes, sir.
29.
Yes, sir.
30.
Yes, sir.
31. Roll number 31. 32. Roll number 32. 33.
Yes, sir.
34.
Present.
35.
Present, sir.
36. Roll
Present,
number
sir.
36. Yes.
Present, sir.
37. Roll number 37. 38. Roll number 38. 39. Roll number 39. Roll number 40. Roll number 40. 41. Roll number 41. 42. 42. 43. 44.
Present, sir.
45. Roll number 45. 46.
Yes, sir.
47. Roll number 47.
Present.
48.
Present, sir.
49.
Present,
50.
sir.
51.
Present, sir.
52.
Present, sir.
53. Roll number 53. 54. Roll number 54. 55.
Present, sir.
56.
Present, sir.
57. Roll number 57. 58. Roll number 58. 59.
Present, sir.
60.
Yes, sir.
61.
Yes, sir.
62. Roll number 62. 63. रोल नंबर 63 वैभव तांबवे प्रेझेंट आहेत का? रोल नंबर
Sir,
63
Yes, sir.
26.
63 present.
रिप्लाय देत चला वेळच्या वेळी. ओके, रोल नंबर 63
Present, sir.
प्रेझेंट. ओके, 63 आहेत ना या डिव्हिजन मध्ये?
हो सर.
Yes, sir.
21 प्रेझेंट आहे सर. 21 पण आणि 26 पण.
21 आणि 26. येस, आय हॅव मार्क्ड युअर प्रेझेंट. तुमची प्रेझेंट
टेलो
आहे.
नंबर पण
येस, अजून कोणी आहे का?
टेलो नंबर
नेट व्यवस्थित आवाज येत नाहीये तुमचा. हॅलो.
टेलो नंबर
12.
यस सर
रोल नंबर 12 प्रेझेंट. ओके, ठीक आहे. अजून कोणी? प्रेझेंटी द्यायचं राहिलंय का कोणी?
40 नंबर पर्यंत प्रेझेंट आहे सर.
40. रोल नंबर 40 का?
हा.
ओके, आता मी अबसेंट रोल नंबर्स कोण कोण आहेत ते एकदा वाचून दाखवतो. इफ देर इज any student present out of those numbers, he can give his present. Okay, absent roll numbers are 5, 6, 8, 10, 16, 17, 18, 31, 32, 37, 38, 42, 43, 45, 53 and 62. These are the absent roll numbers. Has anybody left to give the reply or to give the roll number? Okay, nobody has left. So I will consider that all of you have given the presentee properly at your roll number. Okay, so okay, so shall we stop here? थांबायचं इथं?
सर
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we will end the lecture here itself. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the remaining part of this topic. Okay. So thanks for joining in this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. I will end this meeting from my side.